What's going on, good people? You're looking into wholesaling, maybe considering it, but thinking, I don't know about the wholesaling deal when it comes to real estate. Well, today we're going to be talking about, and we always talk about, how you can wholesale real estate in a professional way, ethical way, and talk about some of the stuff we got going on. You're talking to two guys who's in the field every single day, in there grinding, and we're here to talk to you about what we got going on and about what you got going on, and just answer some questions, man. So let's get right into it, man. Cordero, the cleanest of the cleanest of the cleaner. How's it been, man?
Dude, you know what it is, man. We get into it. We trying to get some more stuff locked up. Trying to schedule a lot of appointments. Deal with deal with business that we already got and maintain generating new business, right? And so something to consider. And we'll get to our sponsor of the day here shortly, but something to consider is, and I heard this. I heard it from Mark Spain, but he mentions where he got the idea from. But taking care of business that you already have doesn't take precedent over generating new business. So
Yeah.
you understand, like getting new, like setting up appointments, scheduling like walkthroughs and doing this and doing that and meeting the seller's needs and transactional coordination and everything to get a seller to the closing table is not going to be more important than generating new leads. So if you cold call to get your leads, don't stop your cold calling to deal with, if you say I'm gonna cold call 4 hours a day, cold call your 4 hours a day, and then when that's done, get that out the way first thing, and then say, okay, now I'm gonna set up these appointments, so on and so forth, or figure out a way to get them done. But don't neglect what you do. If you do PPL, you get leads coming inbound, then make sure that you stay on that. While you gotta figure out a way to constantly be generating new business and never let taking care of business stop you from being able to do that. That's a very important thing because your pipeline has to always be full. You will
Man, you got
always need, as soon as you're done scheduling that appointment and you close that deal, you're going to look up and be like, what's next? And if you got to start building your pipeline back up from ground zero after just because you stop you're in a bad position, man. Always want leads coming in.
Yeah, dude, that's the life of your business, man. It's the heartbeat of your business. It's like, man, you ain't gonna let your heart stop and try to get it back going again. It's like,
Yeah.
man, you got to keep that thing going, man. You got to keep the leads coming in, and that's mainly what I focus on is keeping the leads coming, man. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
definitely, I'm focused in on, dude, are we getting leads? Are we getting leads? That's my biggest thing. Um, as in my position, like, dude, I'm all about getting leads, dude. I'm all about generating leads. What's the best way we could do it? Can we move this way a little bit? Can we do a little bit more cold calling? Can we target this list? Right now I'm like, shoot, can we do a little bit more texting? Since they letting people text again, maybe that generate a little bit more leads. I'm always looking at different areas to see, hey, can we kind of target that area? Is that going to be something that might be able to get us some leads? So,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Let me ask you
Um,
something, Byron.
Go ahead.
How do you feel when it comes to, like, let's say your team, your VAs? If you say, hey, we're going to start doing probate right now, and then you hit them up and say, hey, you know what? This week, we're going to put probate on hold, generate probate leads, and I'm going to have y'all start back texting again. And I'm not saying that you've done that or would do that because maybe you try to maintain them both, but I'm just saying, how do you feel? Or saying, hey, you know what, Laura, we need to, I feel like this not working. We need to cut back on this and do a little bit more of this. How do you feel about giving that order or directive? Do you do that, or what's that like?
Well, shoot, man. I mean, as the captain of the ship, you got to be able to see, like, dude, hey, this ain't generating enough leads. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or you can look at, like, what have you been doing? What have you been having going on? And it's, when I say that, it's like, what has been producing? You know what I'm saying? What has been producing? What has been, generating leads? Like what areas the leads coming from? How are they coming in? And then it's like, okay, I look at what the deals that we've done. It's like, hold on, these kind of leads. Okay, hey, let's do more of this. You know what I'm saying? Or hey, let's stop focusing so much over here. Start like I might tell you, hey, look, stop cold calling this area, start cold calling this area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, or maybe I turn up my bid on uh, pay per lead in a particular area. It's like, oh yeah, this, I need something from here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just have feelings like, man, I need something from here, or hey, we need to be targeting this area, and then
Yeah.
shoot, see it pop off, man. But all of it is based on what's already working. You know what I'm saying? What's generating leads, and then what have I seen generate leads? And then if you ain't got nothing to generate nothing, then you got to start. That's when I start getting on the phones, calling up people in the mastermind, and be like, "Hey, look, man, how are you generating leads?" you know, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then kind of take what they doing and be like, "Hey, okay, how can I apply this?" You know what I'm saying, to generate leads. That's kind of how I look at it.
Absolutely. We talk a lot about, as a matter of fact, before I discuss this, we want to get into our sponsor of the day, man. Byron, go ahead and tell them a little bit about the sponsor of today.
The sponsor today is Open Resi. Open Resi is a cash buyer in the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
You can go to openresi.com and submit a property that you need a cash offer on today. They'll get your offer back within 48 hours. And like I said, they're cash buyer, close fast, all the other good stuff, just like other cash buyers. And you can get a cash offer on your property today, man. They're looking to buy, always looking to buy. So yeah, man, y'all go check them out. Tap into a real cash buyer right there, and get started, man.
You know what, man? I heard Open Resi was going nationwide, man. They be buying properties in Cahokia,
Stop,
Illinois. They buy
stop,
property on Indian reservations. You know
stop.
what I mean? But yeah, shout out to the sponsor, and that's www.openresi.com. You got a deal in Georgia? Submit it, get a cash offer,
OPEN.
and tell them that I sent you. That I sent you, so
There
that
you
way
go, man.
I can get a little piece of that. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
tell
tell them
you.
that Cordero.
Um, but like I was saying, it's just like what Byron mentioned about, as I always mention this in the context of business. When you operate your own business, or one of my favorite books to go to is the E Myth Revisited. The reason for that is because a lot of reasons, a lot of things it talks about. One of the biggest things it talks about the different hats that you wear as an entrepreneur, right? And so as an entrepreneur, you are the captain of the ship. But especially in the beginning, you're the captain of the ship, you're the crew members, you're the guy who cleans the deck, you're the guy who bakes the pies, sweeps and cleans up, does keeps the numbers, does the financing, make sure that the bookkeeping is in order. You do everything from top to bottom to opening it up, closing it. And so you got to be able to wear multiple hats and then and then start to replace yourself. But ultimately, the most important one is going to be the captain of the ship. And so you got to spend time working on your business as opposed to in your business. And if you see something not working, and if you say, you know what I'm saying, you got to have the presence of mind to be able to take a step back and say, okay, we need to change directions, because we talk about it all the time when it comes to business. And in business, sometimes it's just that one little change in life in general, honestly, because it could be anything you're doing. Sometimes it's that one change in direction, just a half an inch, that make the world of difference if you're really
Yeah,
considering
so,
like what you're doing and the blood, sweat, and tears that you're gonna be putting into it. You wake up and put your effort and energy into life, then you want to make sure that you're not 1 centimeter away from your dreams, and that's what kept you off. Maybe it was cold calling this list instead of that list, or it was like just all you had to do exactly what you was doing, switch to text messaging. See what I'm saying? So it's just like, consider that.
yeah,
Be
for
the captain
sure.
of the ship.
Yeah, man. Be the captain of the ship, and it's like, man, you just gotta, sometimes you just have to change course a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes people have a hard time just staying the course. some working, and it's like, man, they can't stay the course, on what's actually working, So
Yeah,
to
that
me,
is
it's
very
working.
true. That is very true, man. And I say that assuming that you have the capacity, that you've made up your mind, you're gonna 100% commit to this. It's just like you're gonna 100% go hard. Then, in that regards, if you're going hard in the wrong direction, then that really does get frustrating. And so you got to have the presence of mind to take a step back and say, hey, yo, you know, let's make that adjustment and be willing to put that pressure, even as you grow and you get a team. Be willing to put that pressure on your team and say, hey, we need to go in this direction. We're trying to generate more leads, so we need to be doing this, or pull back on that, go harder on this, go hard, lean into this. And so, but yeah, you definitely don't want to be not putting enough force into it. It's gonna
Yeah,
take 10x. It's gonna take 10x. Like that's gonna, even right, you could be going in the right direction and you're not putting enough force into it. You know what I'm saying? That's sickening when it comes
yeah.
to this
So
business. Speaking of putting enough force or too much force or crushing them, foot on their necks, they're breathing, please help me, please. We got a big dog in the building, Caretha,
oh man,
Caretha
Caritha
Montgomery.
said, "Hey fam, man, stop, man. Did you see that what Caritha dropped into the
Yeah, bro. I'm talking about
man? Come
Caretha,
on,
like who's
man.
the dude that Denzel Washington played in that one movie? He American Gangster.
Yeah.
Caretha got like
Hey,
that, man.
go get some of this. Go get some of this.
Caretha showed up through a block party, said this is Blue Magic, this is her product. She stand by it. You
I'm
know what I'm
telling
talking about?
you. Go
So
get some of
when I
this.
and and Caretha, out of all the heavy hitters, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Caretha is absolutely my favorite, just because the way that's what you asking earlier, like how did you think of that? She just like, I just think about it and go. It was like one thing I say, and one thing I realized, for the beginning of my career, I was always narrow minded. I'm like, you got a cold call or you got a text, or it's just like I thought that there was the ways you market, but nah, that's why I'm so big on focusing on principles. Because when you step back, the principle is contacts equal contracts. That's the principle of the business. So there's no one way, there's no right or wrong way to get contacts. If you're getting contacts and you're connecting with people, then you're connecting with people. Caretha has told us everything from calling people, they don't answer, she sends them a voice. She'll record herself, hey, hi, I'm Caretha, I'm a real person. I was just calling you about your property. That's going to stand out all the
Yeah.
way to what we just heard earlier today. What was it, Byron, that she was doing earlier?
Man, we ain't giving that away. I don't know. We need to get that
I
away,
mean,
man.
that's not this two things. One, even
Where
if
have you heard that? Where you heard that at?
I mean that's something that real estate agents do all the time, by the way. But it's like
Man,
in this capacity,
I heard
come on,
nobody wholesaling like that, man.
nobody's doing it. But this is what I'm saying. Even if you say it, you think people gonna go do that? No, that's my point about Caretha. It's just like you could tell people exactly what Caretha do. They're not gonna do that. Matter of fact, I ain't sent not. Hey, I'm gonna take it real southern. I ain't sent not now video recording to nobody. Ever since I heard her do it, I was like, man, that really does work. But I ain't done it.
Dude.
But just she's got that mindset of, and that's what I was talking about yesterday. Think instinctively.
Like I
Think
said,
result based.
hey, like I said, when I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing. Pick up the phone. Hey,
Yeah.
Caretha, what you got going? Hey, I'm over here doing such. Man, let me figure out where I can do that at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, but I say this though, it seems like everything that Caretha does is next level now, but it's all surrounding getting people to like, know, and trust her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like people do business with people that they like, know, and trust. It's like, and everything that we talk about that Caretha does, it's like it just, stuff that you probably ain't thought about, but it's getting like it gets people to like, know, and trust to the point where they are able to say, okay, let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, That's big.
Yeah. No, that's major. Because when we say contacts equal contracts, I mean, just in general, you want to be known.
Yeah.
But building that goodwill and getting yourself out there and like creating like a brand, like she's connecting with people. But
Creating
it's all,
likability.
it's like with the, actually Caritha is like showing or exemplifying many different um aspects of somebody who's performing at 10x, and many different aspects of somebody who's just an all-around good business person, businesswoman, entrepreneur, and how she thinks about, she doesn't think too much. She doesn't think too much about it. She just takes action, and I don't mean she doesn't think or doesn't consider her options at all. She gets an idea, she feels confident in what she's doing, and then she takes action. That's important. You got to be readily taking action more than you're sitting back thinking. That's another thing. But then also too, she's keeping the fundamental principles in mind. It's like, I don't have to be sitting behind a computer desk all day. What if I get out to the marketplace, show my face, show to the people, and reveal. And I guess we should preface that with what she actually did, and which I didn't think she would mind us telling this particular thing, but so what she
Yeah.
did basically to close the deal. I forgot where she got the deal, the first deal, but once she closed that deal, then she threw like a block party. Excuse me if I'm
Block party.
she threw a whole party
Community
downtown,
outreach.
community
Community
outreach. I'm
outreach.
talking about hamburgers, hot dogs, ribs. I think she had lobster, steak, garlic. I think Gordon Ramsay. You know what I'm saying?
I had them
And
oxtails out there, man. Had them oxtails.
hey, I hope she has something for the vegetarian people. I don't know. They said, look, they got the chips over there by the cooler. Get you some chips. But yeah, definitely did community outreach and ended up getting she closed the deal, took the proceeds from that deal, and through a community outreach event and connected with the people in the area, got her name out there, networked with the people, socialized with the people, and got 2 deals. I think she's got one deal. Um, she's got one deal that's like is a pretty good size deal. It's a pretty good size deal off of that, and then another one she's still working on. So just, I mean, that because I was watching this Mark Spain interview, and Mark Spain, I'm sure y'all, if y'all live in the South, you've seen some of his billboards, and they said, "What are some of the craziest things you've ever done in the market?" He was like, "Is there such thing as crazy marketing? Like, if it connects with people, it works. It's not crazy." But he said he used to go to builders and would feed them food and stuff like that. Like bring them Chick-fil-A, bring them tacos, bring them Chipotle for the day, bring them some drinks in the heat, cool them off. And he would connect and he would get a lot of business off that. But the point was, there's no one way to do this. Just connect with people. And Caritha exemplifies that very well. She does it very well.
Yeah, man. I think she 100x'd her money that she spent.
Yeah.
She used the connection that she got at doing one deal, reached out to all, did her best to reach out to everybody else in the neighborhood and say, hey, look, let me show you what I'm about, right? Creating something fun, creating some, people love to eat, man. You know what I'm saying? So, creating something fun, man, giving back to the people, and then just putting the business out there, man. And it's like, there's always people that got something going on. They need to sell their property. They just need to find the right person that they like, know, and trust that can put them in the situation that they need to be in. Simple, man. You know what I'm saying? And they got to know who you are. They got to know you. You know what I'm saying? If they don't know you, they can't flow you.
They don't know you. They can't flow you. They don't know you. That's a principle too, is if I could need you all day long. You can have a perfect business. But if I don't know you exist, then there is zero. That's why the principle is contacts equal contracts. Because if everybody on the planet knew me and knew I was in real estate, they knew me and knew I was in real estate, what I could offer them, my skill set, then if it comes up, then they know they can go to court. Like, I'm just saying, it could be the best store. Like you've been like, man, I really want to try this or that, but you don't know it exists in your city. Like, you know, something I've been wanting to try. I've been wanting to try sea moss gel. I'm sure y'all seen that. Like, it's on the internet all the time. I haven't had any, but I bet you there's a store in my city that I could, because I'm thinking you got to order it, and I just hate ordering stuff and waiting all the time. I bet you
Yeah.
there's a store right here in my city, but I don't know about it.
Yeah.
They ain't cold called me. I ain't seen no marketing, no billboard. We got sea moss gel here. Come, I would almost wreck my car. Like if it was the Krispy Kreme hot sign on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I suck, because I really want to try it. But you gotta be known. And so that's just something to consider. It's like you gotta get out there, because if they don't know you, they can't flow you.
They can't flow you. And man, Caretha is a man. She heavy hitting in the game, man. It's not a lot of people out there that's like her, man. So if you interested in knowing more about her, go find her, search her up on IG, and stuff like that, man. And she real cool. Don't be calling her and stuff like that. I still need to be able to call her. But
Yeah, hey, and honestly too, Caretha, you showing too much love to Jade. I'm getting jealous. I'm getting too jealous out here.
Yeah, Bob Max said, "What's cracking? What's going on, man? What's going on, man?" Say one of the buyers came in from them sending a postcard to my stepdad in the mail. He didn't look at about a property he owned in Florida. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I called him up and got the buyer in my list just off that interaction. No doubt, man. That's pretty good, man. You know what I'm saying? Using your resources to build up buyers lists and make connections for sure. CJ, what's up, man?
Hey.
What's going on, CJ? CJ in the building.
Yeah. And Jay, that's another good example of there's no one way to do it. Like, we can give you a way that I know for sure works. That's why I start with the basics, like prospecting. You can get buyers from prospecting. If you just go on Zillow, you can call them. But there's how many different ways can you meet Justin Shipp? You know what I'm saying? Can you actually meet him? Like, you could have met him at church.
Yeah.
You could have met him at his. I saw he got kids. You can meet him at his kids' soccer game or football game and interact with him. You know what I'm saying? So consider that. But Cass said
Michael Scotty in the man. Stop it. What's going on, Cass, out there on the West Coast, man? Just getting done eating breakfast. Yawning, stretching, getting ready to get your day started, man. What's going on, man?
Mike.
Man.
It's in her. It's naturally in Caretha. Caretha, like, yeah, for sure. And I think something that you said yesterday, Byron, it stuck with me all day after you said it. But how you was talking about how Justin, even last year, when we was trying to figure stuff out, we was just like, dang, what's going on? And he was still doing deals, and it just it's proof of concept. And I forgot. It might have been 10x. I think it was 10x. When other people are having success, that's proof that you can be successful too. And it's not a reason to hate on them. It's a reason to say, okay, I can get it too, because successful, it's not a zero-sum game. It's not a limited amount of deals out here. Notice Byron, Caretha, at this point, there's several other people that's in here that all are in Georgia, by the way. They're not like in different places because Georgia isn't big enough for Byron and Caretha. You know what I'm saying? And they both. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So there's plenty of success out here. But my point is, when I was thinking about that, I was just like, yeah, you're right. Because in Justin's mind, he's probably thinking like, yeah, of course I'm going to be doing deals. What else I'm going to be doing? Because it's like when you're there, it's like he has value that he can offer people, and he's known. He's got a billboard, you know what I'm saying? He got to be, and I got value, and it boils down to a necessity. No matter what the economy is doing, people still need us. That's like, man, even if the economy even if the US dollar dissolved and disappeared, people still gonna need to sleep in houses. Yeah. I mean, like, even if the apocalypse happened, people still gonna need a doctor. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the last thing he does. But there's still need and necessity. Um, and we can fill that void if you get known, only if you get known.
So Jay, buyer's the easiest thing to get. Your time too valuable to be cold calling, get a VA or two as soon as you can teach them to pull lists and cycle. Um, I don't know.
With
List.
yesterday's and last week's
Yeah,
RVM.
RV. I guess that's ring the voicemail and then text. I would say this, man. I would say this. You can find some people who you think are buyers, or you can find potential buyers. But
Yeah,
dude, I'm telling you right now, man, you find the right buyers. That's the key. You know what I'm saying? It's not about just finding buyers. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find those people that's really talking about something. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're gonna go and get some pay to get some crazy service to be able to do that, you know, then that's one thing. But when you ain't paying for a service to go out here and just where you just got the information, then you really need to go out here and find some buyers, because and it's not about just finding buyers and having a service. When you build relationships with certain buyers, like there's buyers that I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of each year. Not just that, the relationship. People miss out on that. You know what I'm saying? The relationship that you build with cash but is people with money.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? These are people with money. We
yeah,
not, building relationships with them, it's gonna elevate you, elevate you, elevate you. Not even just in one part, I'm talking to cash buyers, they telling me about different stuff with retirement funds, this, that, and the third. And it's
yeah,
like, dude, it's more to it. You know what I'm saying? So, building a relationship, dude, I'm finna build a new construction with one of my cash buyers. If I was just surfing around, just sending stuff out to random, like none of the people gonna do a new build with me.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But building relationships with a cash buyer, and then you say, hey, look, I got this right here. Hey, I want to go in with you and do this new construction. you know, that's based off a relationship. You can randomly hit up the guy and just be like, boom, hey, let's do this. He can be like, dude, who
yeah,
are you? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's more to
100%.
it, and it's definitely more to it. And it's a big relationship business. I mean, I don't know a lot of people in this business, but you're missing something if you ain't building the relationships with
1000%.
cash buyers, because they are constantly in the business. It's one thing to build a relationship with a seller. They one transaction mostly out of the business, but the buyers are in the business. So building that relationship with them, it goes further than just a transaction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And to add to everything that Byron's saying, is just like that becomes your network. You understand what I'm saying? Like, not just like that becomes, in many respects, that becomes your team, an extension of you, an extension of what's possible. That's almost like getting in a mastermind, but instead of paying $30,000 just to get in the room with the people, you say, hey, I'm gonna bring you some deals and I'm gonna make money and you make money, but we can then interact with one another. Because what Byron is saying is, instead of, and I was trying to tell a newer wholesaler this, like a new guy this, he didn't get it yet, because I remember I didn't get it. Yeah, you can find, if you find hot deals, you can find buyers, but that's if you want to keep your buyers transactional. We're talking about relationships, like a real relationship. It's just like transactional, like, hey, we only interact on the basis of getting, you get paid, I get paid, and then nothing else. But like Byron is saying, it's just like that dude could put me in the right room with the right people that like connect me with other dreams and goals and aspirations that I have in my life and in my career. That dude could set me up to put together my retirement fund, or help put me on with the right CPA, a better CPA, or that could save you, that's going to save you money over the course of several years if you interact with the right people. So when we advise people to hit up buyers, um, when we advise you to hit up buyers, it's not even from a wholesale standpoint, because a lot of people say, well, yeah, all you got to do is find a deal. Yes, all you do need to do is find a deal. But especially for a newer person, it's about It's about bridging the gap. Like I always say, filling in those gray areas for you, filling in the gray areas so you get with the professional, like that's really trying to rock with you, like a Justin Ship, like somebody who's going to see you, like a Byron Scott, who's going to see you and be willing to invest with you because it becomes that you make me rich, I make you rich, and I'm not just trying to get this one house off of you. I'm trying to keep your business going so you can keep my business going, and we feed off each other, and we keep bringing people into the fold. If you neglect that, to Byron's point, if you neglect that, you're missing a big. Most people that happens organically, but if you neglect that, you're missing a huge part of your growth. If the point is to connect contacts equal contracts and to connect out with the communities, and you spend all day connecting with buyers, but you don't connect with, all day with sellers, but you see a buyer like, hey, what's up? Hey, you want this deal? Okay, bye. I mean, dude, it's like leaving millions of dollars on the table when you should be, you know what I'm saying? So just to, I guess, extend what Byron's saying, is just like, it's not just about how to get your wholesale deals off. It's about how to build a business that thrives and is consistent. And I've been there. I neglected my buyers list for years. You know what I mean? Until you get it right. Um, until you get it right. And then from there, you own. But also I wanted to say another thing too. Yeah. To the CEO, as you grow, obviously cold calling and just those are the basic things that are easily replaceable. Like there are some things like you wouldn't, like in your business, you start out again, you do everything, and then you wouldn't be like, let me hire a VA to make all the important decisions for me first. No, it's like you're gonna hire a VA to start doing the cold calling for you first. So yeah, as time grows, but it's just like, you gotta. There's a lot of things that you got to learn and grow, and it does organic, and it comes about organically. So I know you hit it on the head. You said I know not right now. I'm just saying the future. That's good. That's excellent advice, by the way,
Yeah,
CEO.
for sure, for sure, for sure. So they pay you best mastermind out. It's like,
Yeah,
dude, man, I don't know, but uh mastermind, and that's the thing people miss about like masterminds and building up people around you, is bigger than money. Relationships is bigger than money. You know what I'm saying? Remember they asked Grant Cardone about like, would you rather have this money
yeah,
or would you rather have these contacts, these friends? Like, dude, the friendships is bigger than money. It's like, dude, it's bigger than money. Whether you can see it, whether you believe it,
yeah,
whether you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, it's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than that. Relationships, ask JJ Redick. Joker became the Lakers head coach off a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Relationships can put you in some crazy places, man.
yeah,
It's about relation, and that goes across anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's about relationships, man. You know what I'm saying? Like people can pay you all day long, but it's the relationships. That's the biggest thing. Like every business knows that. You know, every good one. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's like they understand that the relationships is the big thing. All the successful people, they understand that too. Like, dude, it's the relationships that's gonna change, that's gonna elevate you. It's gonna put
it's
you on that level. You see people, you may see people in different places, and it's like, man, how did he get? How did she get? How did they get? How did they get here? How did they get there? But dude, it was the relationships that they had that led them to getting here, led them to getting there, led them to getting on this and on that and on this and on that. And then next thing you know, them relationships can bring you way more than the money that they paid. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I made money off of flippers, for example. I made money off of a particular flipper, but I through that flipper, I met somebody who would lend me money, and that using that person because I was connected, because I have a relationship, that has made me way more money than what the flipper has made me. You know what I'm saying? And it made me way more dangerous because now I'm buying property all over the place. That opened up something brand new, and I
yeah,
was wholesaling to that flipper, right? Wholesaling. But what happened in 2022 when that cash buyer went buying like that? Okay,
yeah,
my relationship with somebody else, because of the relationship, I was able to pivot and do something else and start, hey, boop, 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 still running it up. It's legit.
Yeah.
I'm telling
No,
you,
dude.
man,
I want to.
it's
That's
bigger than.
that's a good point, and it's relationships. And Caritha just made a good point here, but I want to say speak on what Byron was saying, but it's people. Actually, people is the most valuable commodity asset. Period. On as far as life is measured, people, um, and money. It's a current. Like the quote off the wire, money don't got no owners, only spenders. That's why it's
Yeah,
called currency, because it's not to be had, it's to flow like a current. That's why we say they don't know you, they can't flow you, because if I know you, you're going to get more money. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get more money. You're going to spend your money. Even the average Joe who gets a paycheck every 2 weeks working 9 to 5, he get money, he spend it. He get money, he spend it. So if I know him and I have a product that he subscribes to consistently, he's going to constantly, the more money flow, he's built up a way to make money flow to him from working his job, and it's going to, he don't get all of his money that he's going to make over the course of his working career at one time. But as long as he's in that position, it's going to flow to him and it'll flow to me. Because if I sold Sprite, and his favorite drink was Sprite, and every time he was just like, every time he went to the gas station, he got some gas, went inside, got a Sprite. If I'm Sprite, having him rely on us is the most valuable thing. It's not the $2 that the Sprite costs. It's the fact that he's going to constantly be coming back and giving me money because he likes Sprite. This is proof, because if you look at it throughout history, this is why slavery, chattel slavery in the history of the U.S. was such a valuable thing. It's what put the U.S. above many other economies the way it did over the course of the history, because if you have free people, you get free work. It's the people who can do the work. It's the people. That's why owning people was such a valuable thing. And that's why they fought so hard not to give up the ownership of people, because people are the real connections, right? Likewise, if you go back biblical days, why did Pharaoh have such a problem with letting the Israelites go? Why didn't they just let them go? Just leave. It's like, nah, I'm not going to let you go, because that's a big part of our economy. If we just let all the slaves go, then what's going to happen? What are we going to do? Yeah. That's a big base of money. You see what I'm saying? We literally went to civil war over it in the U.S. We literally turned on each other in the U.S. over many other facets, but the control of actually ownership of people was a major key, right? So you got to understand how important people are, and that's where you get people that's going to work for you, work with you, people that's going to buy from you, business to business relationships, customers and clients that's going to sell or sell their houses, title companies that you can work with, like I said, CPAs, whatever. People is valuable.
It's about relationships.
More than money, because money
all
just
over the place. Money gonna flow. Like I said, people who work for you, your relationship with them is gonna determine how your business work. Your relationship, like you said, with attorneys' offices, is gonna determine how your business work. It's like, dude, if you ain't got relationships with people, man. But anyways, we can have a whole week on that stuff, because we've seen it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you've seen it.
That is so true. But this is such a powerful point here. The main issue is when starting out, people don't make or have a plan. As a human, you're going to have a lot of thoughts. You're going to have a lot of thoughts about whatever business it is, but you have to output those thoughts on paper, right? Then formulate a plan, buy a calendar, plan your marketing, plan your outreach, and plan your connection. First of all, just in general, when you see things, it makes it more effective. Just in general, like this is a business thing, but obviously we all know that's a life thing, because we got a million, like you got to go to a place in your mind and bring it back to reality to make it make sense. Like to connect with everybody, like the idea, right? Like the thought of Caritha to say, I'm going to do a community outreach to wholesale more properties. Like that was something that existed in her mind only. And she had to go in her mind and really think about, like, it was just an idea. Cause we come up with like flash in the pan ideas all the time. Like, man, you know what we should do? We should partner up with Louis Vuitton and do open Resi Louis Vuitton shirts. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we could think of, you're gonna have these ideas, and you know what? They might all be good, but if you don't have like a clear way to actually look at it, and I, I like to speak it, like to actually say it. Don't just keep things in your mind, but writing them down and looking back at it. Then you'll be able to really like look at it from a subjective point of view, because you like got an aerial view of your idea, and it's not just like everything sound good when it's in your head, but when you put it on paper, or at least get it out there, or at least say it, speak it to somebody else, seek counsel. I might go to Byron. Byron, what you think about this? Is that a good idea? Such and such. And then we can look at it outwardly. And then by the time I'm done saying it, I'm like, Byron, never mind. I know that's a dumb idea. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm telling you, something about writing it down too. Like Aretha was saying, man, you just have to write it down. And shoot, that's one thing I realized. Like I said, when Aretha first hit me up, it was like, shoot, this Joker got like, everybody don't write stuff down. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I write some stuff, like I became way more powerful when I was writing stuff down. Like the stuff I write down is way more likely to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's way more likely me to fall through with that, to set a system up around that. So like when Carita hit me up, I was like, hold on. This Joker right here got a plan. Like this Joker right here got, she man, she's taking action because she got it down. You know what I'm saying? And dude, yeah, I would say that too. It's like, have a plan, write it down. It's more likely that you're going to execute that plan when you have it written down. And like you said, you buy a calendar, plan out all the stuff you're going to do. And like I said, you're way more likely to do stuff you plan to do when you write it out. You know what I'm saying? And Grant Cardone even talking about this, like he talking about writing it out every day. You know what I'm saying? It's like writing stuff that you're gonna do it, like keep, like, don't just write it once, write it again, write it again, write it again. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's big, man, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, just in life in general, but certainly in business, when you have to be the captain of the ship, and nobody else is gonna be there. Like, I mean, like I said, it's good to have your network. It's good to have your team that you can bounce ideas off of, to get inspiration from, to get correction from, and criticism from, constructive criticism from, right? But who's gonna make the actually make the decision, and then make the decision a reality? That's all you. That's all gonna be you. That's one thing about it. I think cats think about like, oh, when I get in this business, like Kurita said, you got all these ideas, and it's gonna go this way, and you apply what you think you know to it. You apply what you think you know, and you don't know what you don't know, right? And so you gotta make sure that you're applying like the right mindset. So write it out, have it written down, and consider it. But yeah, dude. I mean, I think we got it in. I think we got to get a quick one in today, dude. What you think, man?
Yeah, for sure, man. I was thinking the same thing, but dude, let's do shout outs, man. Shout out to the CEO, shout out to Jay, man, for coming through. Oh shoot, I'm losing it over here, man. Here I go. I had to go to my other angle, man. This is my second angle. But shout out to Jay, shout out to Cass for coming through. Shout out to CJ, my guy, man. We got you, CJ. Bobby Mack came through. Shout out to Bobby Mack. And of course, the celebrity guest of the day, Caritha. Man, it's always good to hear from Caritha, man. It's like, man, you can't, like, dude, heavy hitters like that, man. Like I said, man, she say some stuff, and it's like, shoot, it's like it just blow you away to the point where you like, man, you, like you said, you may not do that thing, but it really just blow you away. Like, man, I need to start the box.
It opens your mind up. Like, even if you don't do that exact thing, you like, okay, it's almost like you'll see somebody do. It's like you see somebody do that. You like, hold on, we can do that. You know what I mean? Or like, I wouldn't recommend this, but when I was young, I used to I didn't obey no rules of the road and traffic laws. If it was traffic and we on the interstate backed up and I still had a job, I had to get there, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to be late. I'm riding on the shoulder. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this every
No.
day. I'm riding on the shoulder, I'm pulling out. I'm like, see ya. Zoom, 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 zoom. So I'm passing people. But the next thing I know, I realized I'm thinking like, oh man, let me stop. I ain't trying to get greedy now. Let me get a little bit ahead, a couple exits. I'm gonna get right back in line. I look back, people saw me, they started following me. They was thinking, we can do that. And then it was like, well, let me do that. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think even being around people like Caretha, open up your mind and you be like, you know what? I'm allowed to start thinking outside of the box.
And dude, you see that logo, right? Dude, Caretha had, I'm pretty sure the same logo when she hit me up, hadn't done a deal.
That's an idea she's manifested. Now that logo is known. Because I've identified that logo with you, by the way, Caretha. I don't think I ever mentioned that, but like if your name didn't pop up and I saw that logo, I would be like, those colors, that colorway, I'd be like, that's Caretha.
For sure, man. But shoot, we finna get out of this thing, man. Appreciate y'all come through. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow, man. So appreciate y'all coming through. Peace out.